How's it going, my dudes? Welcome back to another video. This will be a newbie's guide to Calibria Crystal Guardians. Okay, I know I'm really trying to be as lateral as possible with the content I produce. I hope to cover as much as I can, but unfortunately I can't be as detailed as I want to be, and therefore I hope you bear with me. I hope you learn from my experiences and you try to make good out of it. So I know at the end of the day, someone is going to comment saying, hey, free to play, you missed out on this important thing, on this character. Why didn't you mention this hero? I'm so sorry. I apologize beforehand. I am human and I make a lot of mistakes. But anyway, without further ado, this video might be quite long. So I'm trying to be as lateral as possible, like I said, so that newbies can rely on this video and hopefully learn as much as possible and take away from this as well. Okay, so what should new players focus on? Well, the idea is to try to achieve C10 as soon as possible, because that is where you will be spending most of your time in this game. So Colossus Catacombs 10, this is what I'm referring to, C10. So C10 drops 5 to 6 star runes of rare grade and above. So these are the runes that C10 drops. Counter, Blessing, Attack, Wild, and Agile. Actually, Agile is Swift. I'm not sure why it's called Agile. Yeah, but anyway, the runes here are generally very useful because they add crit rate, they add attack, HP. Counter is pretty good, and of course speed, which is probably one of the most important early game runes to start off with. So your goal is to achieve C10 as soon as possible. So I'm going to try to help you to plan your route towards that goal. Okay, so step number 1, complete as much of the campaign as possible. So if you go to battle, as a new player, I'm not going to talk about rerolling because that's really up to you. I don't want to have a say in that. Complete as much of the campaign as possible, and by completing I mean doing normal, hard, and hopefully hell. Okay, so step 1, try to achieve as much of the campaign as possible. This is because each campaign region, at least for the initial clears, they award you with gems and Kalyonite as well, and completing these regions, well, they progress your growth plans, your growth plan achievements as well. So under growth plan, there should be something like have how many stars total in main stages. So I've completed the entire campaign. That's why I've done 36 stars. So for you, try to do as much as possible because you're gonna get a lot of rewards out of this. Yes, and then with these rewards, that's how you get your initial rolls, that's how you get your initial summons. So it will really help you out with your early game. So save up for 750 gems. You'll be able to get gems really easily early on in the game. So I would highly suggest that you save up for 750 gems. It is very doable. Do not be well, in my local culture we call it itchy fingers. Do not be itchy fingers, okay? Do not buy individual summons because you're gonna lose out on that one single summon and it might make all the difference. Okay, don't forget that in this game the rates are quite high, so that one single summon could be the make or break. So to maximize your early game, definitely go for the 750 here in the shop, mystical summons times 11. That's the one that you should go for. Okay, so some players prefer saving the gems for refills, but in my opinion, I think you can go ahead and buy the summons because, well, every single month, like I've covered before, you get about 4,500 gems in a single month, as well as 31 mystical scrolls from just doing your daily requirements. Okay, so I will link the video up above. Hopefully I do not forget to do that. Well, yeah, so it's entirely up to you whether you want to save it or to summon, but I will frankly say go ahead and do it. You might need the pulls anyway. Okay, so that's step number 1, complete as much of the campaign as possible. So step number 2, max out your main farmer. Okay, so the game gives you Angel of Death here, right, for free. So while you're out and about clearing stages, always include your main farmer. So your farmer should be the very first hero you make to 5 stars and then to 6 stars, because your farmer will make leveling so much more efficient for the future heroes to come. So with a single farmer, you'll be able to have one farmer, like for example, if you want to grind EXP, you can have one single farmer and maybe a bunch of fodder, where these fodder units, you're leveling them up to use as ascension materials for your other characters. So that's what a farmer is, make sure you 6-star your farmer first, okay, so that it'll be easier for you to level the rest of your units. And however, if let's say you 6-star your farmer, your Angel of Death, let's say you 6-star your Angel of Death, and you found a better and more efficient farmer, such as Lich King, alright, don't worry too much about it, because at the end of the day, if you go to heroes, if you unlock your hero and remove your hero from the arena or whatever, you can actually convert, okay, on the left, you can actually convert your 6-star net 4, which is your Angel of Death, you can convert her into a random net 4 at 6 stars. So if you don't need this character anymore, you can convert the character for 30 essences. 30 essences just means 30 summons. When you do 30 summons, you'll be able to get 30 essences, and you can convert Angel of Death into something random, which could be something useful, okay, like a druid, or maybe a wisp, whatever. So your farmer should be farming Blackpool Hills for EXP grinding in the future. That's the map that I showed you just now. Okay, so step number 3, farm Earl Plains Hell for Swift Runes. So once your farmer is highly built, you can start farming the Hell mode here, hopefully. And I would suggest farming stage 7. Okay, so Swift Runes drop from this map, and they are excellent to farm at the beginning because Swift affects your turn cycling, alright? And turn cycling is just a nice way to describe taking more turns in order to shorten cooldown times and to activate more skills more frequently. Alright, so this allows you to do more debuffs, more heals, more crowd control, whatever, a little bit more DPS as well. And it is mostly useful for healers, supporters, and debuffers, which are the core elements for attempting the dungeon bosses. So this is where you get your initial runes to attempt the Colossus Catacombs. Okay, so it is ideal to farm stage 7, like I said, of the Hell difficulty. Okay, if you cannot, I would suggest that you level up your farmer a little bit more, hopefully hit a 5-star or 6-star. I don't even think you need to hit 6 stars, to be honest, to attempt this stage, but I could be wrong, okay? But if you really cannot do Hell and you really want to farm runes, well, I guess Heart is possible, but Heart does not drop 5-star runes, so that's the thing. That's why I would suggest Hell over Heart, because Heart drops 4 stars at most, which is frankly not as good as you should be getting, okay? Because here you can choose the specific type of rune that you want, and Swift 5-star is the one that you need, okay? So the reason why I say farm stage 7, even though it costs 1 energy more than stage whatever, right, is because of you have a probability of getting rare great runes, okay? So if you press the I here, you will notice that at the 7th floor, you get a rare, I mean common to rare at least, but at least you get a chance of getting something good. And it could be quite useful, alright? So, and especially since you lack any kind of Swift runes, the random 1 to 6 drop that comes from stage 7 would not really matter at all that much, okay? So try to keep 5-star runes, alright, from slots 2, 4, 6, especially slots 2, 4, 6, because they give you the biggest bang for buck in terms of stats, okay? I still use 5-star runes. I feel like they have been extremely useful. And for the 4-star runes, I feel like I don't really want to upgrade them to plus 12 because it just costs too much for too little stats. And I'll highly recommend you to stick to 5-star runes unless your 4-star runes have really good substats to back it up. Like for example, a HP percent rune, 4-star HP percent rune, and it has like a whole bunch of speed substats that it can be upgraded. Maybe extra hit percent, yeah. If it really has really good subs, then you make the choice whether you want to keep it or not, alright? And then you want to have speed on slot 2. So like for example, this is like a typical debuffer. You want to have speed on slot 2, HP and defense on slot 4 and 6. So the order doesn't matter. You can have HP or defense here, HP or defense here. It's fine. Okay, and this is because healers such as Celine, or maybe even your basic healer. Okay, so healers, supporters, and debuffers require more speed and also more defensive stats to stay on the field for as long as possible. Okay, so they really need these core stats. It's very important, alright? Okay, so that's it for stage 3, the Swift runes. Now step 4 if by now you still lack a Druid or Selene, alright, because at this point of time when you already start farming for Swift Runes and stuff like that, you would already have quite a few summons in, alright. I'm not really sure how many summons there are by now, maybe about 50, but if you lack a Druid or Selene, let me just show you who they are. This is Selene and this is Druid, alright? If you like either of them, then farm Holy Cleric. Holy Cleric is the healer that you start off with. Druid and Selene are by far the best healers in the game, alright? I don't think this is just an opinion of mine. They are really the best due to their heals providing additional heal over time. So this means that one single heal can heal between 50 to 60% of a hero's max HP, or of all your hero's max HP. Depending if you're using Druid or Selene. Druid heals for 50% without skill ups, of course. I'm referring to without skill ups. So just look at this skill over here. 20% and 15% for 2 turns, so that's 50%. Without these two strong healers, Holy Cleric is a very good alternative for a healer because she comes with 2 heals and she can be maxed out very easily by rerunning the Ancient Forest for extra cleric drops. So let me just show you her 2 heals. This is one, 3 turns, and this is the other, 4 turns. This is maxed out. So you can actually farm her over at Ancient Forest. Okay, so I do not know whether there's a difference between farming these stages, but I'll just go with Hell mode, okay? Because at the end of the day, even if you are wasting energy, so to speak, you are also getting 5-star Blessing Runes, which could be useful as well. So just do Hell mode and hopefully get a whole bunch of cleric drops, which you can use for skill ups. So the farming process can be really tedious, but it's really well worth the effort in the end, especially if you do not have a Druid or Selene. Okay, and then step number 5, grind a team of 5-star characters. Okay, so right now, you should have an idea of what characters you want. I'll explain what characters are needed for a Colossus team in just a moment, but grind a team of 5-star characters, okay? So this is a solid foundation for C7 to have 5-star characters. Not only is it quite easily achievable, frankly, by completing the growth plan event. So this growth plan, they do give like a whole bunch of Ascension Cats here, a whole bunch of it, okay? So not only is it quite easily achievable by just doing this growth plan event, the stat gains from being 5 stars are really worth the effort put in. And this allows you to take on more hits from enemies within the C7 dungeon because they tend to hit pretty hard. They start to hit really hard, and the difference can be felt in your stats. And also, not only are you able to take more hits, your run times will be a little bit more consistent. So I would highly suggest you to keep your mummies, your hydras, your windwalkers, and your harpies that you get from summons, okay, as they will be a foundational team for dungeons. Alright, so I'm just going to repeat that again: mummies, hydras, windwalkers, and harpies. But from these 4, right, you can actually farm windwalkers via Blackpool Hills, which you should get a whole lot of it eventually when you start upgrading your characters. Alright, windwalker drops from this stage, Blackpool Hills. Alright, so moving on to step 6. By now you should be able to farm C7, and a strong core C7 team would look like Druid, Mummy, Hydra, Harpy, and Windwalker. So these 5 characters, alright? So like I said, Druid is excellent for heals, but not only heals, he also deploys defense buffs. And defense buffs are really important if you want to be able to take a hit from the boss. You would understand what I mean in the future. Or you can just check my Colossus video to know a little bit more of what I mean by taking a hit. So Mummy is great for deploying poisons, which is just a dot. Hydra is great at deploying burns, another kind of dot, as well as providing support buffs by relayering defense buffs. Okay, so Hydra can defense buff as well, Druid can defense buff as well, and then Harpy is also great at deploying bleed, which is another kind of dot, as well as reducing your team's cooldown. Okay. And Windwalker finally is great at providing your team with energy and granting a 3 turns haste buff. Let's see them in picture. Okay, so this is the Windwalker. And what else? Oh no, I hope I don't miss anyone. Oh yeah, Druid. RIP. And this is the Druid. Oh, he looks a little bit different though, as a unawakened 4-star. Yeah, this is the Druid. Mummy, this is the Mummy, right? And Hydra is Is Hydra here? Oh, fail, man, epic fail. I think Hydra is here. Yeah, Hydra, right? And then Harpy. Harpy is evil, I think. Yeah, there you go, Harpy. Yeah, so these are the 5 core C7 team, alright? So like I said, if you don't have a druid, it's not a problem because you can just bring on a holy cleric instead, right? Why do I keep showing holy cleric? Okay, you can bring on a holy cleric, and even though druid brings a defense buff, you don't really need it if you have a Hydra, like I said, because the Hydra brings on a defense buff as well. So you are pretty much covered, alright? Cleric, Mummy, Hydra, Harpy, Windwalker, all 3 stars, all free to play, and they work really well. Okay, and then finally, step 7, farm C7. So with this core C7 team that you should have by now, farm C7 as much as possible. Gather some high quality runes here. Let me show you C7. There we go, C7. It costs 7 energy, alright? And then C8 costs 8 energy. So 7 is like the, well, I guess the most bang for buck for 7 energy, I guess. So, well, you can gather some high quality runes here to improve those on your current team. I'll show you the rarities that you can get, 4 to 6 stars. So try to invest more into your higher quality runes, alright? So if you do happen to chance on a 6-star rune, or maybe a rare, not rare, sorry, like hero, right? Hero is purple, right? Yeah, like a hero, legend, or whatever rune. Well, if you do get these high quality runes, try to aim to get a +12 on these runes, alright? These specific runes that you wish to keep in the long term, alright? Don't invest too much on deplorable runes like common runes that just get to +9 for the sake of stats, alright, for the sake of reaching a stat threshold for C7, alright. Those are the runes that you want to throw away in the near future. So only +12 the runes that you know you will keep for a long time. Okay, so this will carve a path towards your eventual C10 team comp in the future. So this druid / cleric, Mummy, Hydra, Harpy, Windwalker, this team of 5 can definitely help you clear C10 without any issues, so long as your runes are high quality and your team are 6-star. There are some people who ask me, can I include AOD, Angel of Death, in my Colossus team? The answer, frankly, is no. It doesn't really make a lot of sense because the Colossus boss on C10, every single proc of a dot deals 5% of his max HP, which is equivalent to 24 to 25,000 HP. Your Angel of Death will not be able to even scrape near that figure, even if he hit 2 or 3 times. So dots are the way to go, and this core team of 5 will most certainly be able to bring you into the end game. Well, maybe the mid game, and then afterwards you're gonna work on Leviathan. So yeah, sorry for the long video. 18 minutes. Oh geez, this is a trend, isn't it? Okay, but anyway, this video it's supposed to be long because I want to address all the issues that new players seem to have. They seem to ask this question a lot, like what can I do? What should I do? I hope this video helps, okay? And if it did, please do me a favor and share it with your friends who might need the help as well. Try to get a word out. Hopefully this channel gets a little bit more viewership, and we'll see where it goes from here. I'm really quite excited for the future. I've been getting a lot of subscribers. I've said this a lot of times, and I really appreciate every one of you. I try my best to communicate with all of you. So if you do see me on Reddit, on Discord, or even in the game itself, feel free to just hit me up, alright? Ask me anything. I will try my best to help you because that's pretty much, well, my full-time job now, I guess. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.